Babes, if your business feels like an expensive hobby, this video is your divine intervention. The thing is, if your business is built like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. And we're moving from vibes only to sacred and structured success. I'm Africa Archield, and I've walked this path both personally and professionally. I've turned my spiritual gifts into sacred and sustainable income and helped hundreds of women do the same thing. One of my clients, she went from charging 20K to 70K. And another, she had an idea and 5 clients within 3 weeks. And baby, I'm not here to gatekeep any of it. You can have all the passion in the world, but if you're not structuring your business as a business, it's not going to sustain you. I don't want to see that happen to you. This shift that I'm talking about is so foundational. It takes you from hobby to empire, from I hope they book to they know when and how to pay me. By the way, if you're ready to jump in and map this all out, I've got something for you. Claim your cash crown. It's a divine sacred wealth Kickstarter. And you're going to find the link in the description and in the pinned comment. I created specifically to help you reclaim your wealth power immediately. Let me tell you something about the hustle mindset. I have been against hustle mentality for quite a long time. And that's saying something as a manifesting generator because I can go and go and go and go and go and go and go until I can't. But when I look at some of the other human design folks trying to emulate hustle mentality, holy moly, can they really blow out all of their circuits? And maybe you've tried that too, to go and go like the Energizer Bunny and you just can't anymore. You know what? No one was designed to really do that. It is a farce that's been put on us. This mindset that's been developed in our society, again, to keep us in busyness and feeling like we're doing something when really we're just spinning our wheels and creating something that's not sustainable. It's really important to step outside of this hustle mentality. And when I say spinning your wheels, have you noticed when you're hustling, you're automatically in your body, you're in survival mode, right? It's just still like being that cog in the machine. You're in survival mode, going and going and going and not knowing if you're going to be able to get done what you need to get done, if you're going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. In fact, you think you must labor because hustle mentality tells you you must labor all the time to make even a little bit of progress. Sweet pea, it simply isn't true. I know when I was caught up in hustle mode, boy, have I gotten caught up in hustle mode a few times. I was always very reactive because I didn't have the time, the capacity in all the hustle to take a step back and look at the big picture of what was really going on so I can spot the issues that were incoming. I didn't notice them until they were just a couple of feet in front of me. And of course, I had to react in order to do anything to save myself, to save my business. It was so frustrating. And you so easily get overwhelmed. I know I just lived in overwhelm for so long. It was exhausting. Are you feeling a little exhausted too? And in all of that hustle and bustle and craziness, all you're doing is capping your growth because you are the whole system. And I'm not saying that you've got to go and hire a bunch of people. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to create ways where it's not all just on you, That's a hobby. When you're building an empire, you build it on systems. So those systems can sustain you whether you're actively working, sort of working, or taking a step back. What I want you to remember is a hobby is something that you squeeze in, doing a little here and a little there, and kind of cobbling things together willy nilly. Empires, aligned, sacred empires, are built to last. So let's talk about this in energetics, because I think that's where, for people like us, it just gets clearer whether we're in a hobby or we're actually on that track building an empire, something that is sustainable. When you're in hobby energy, you kind of don't have clear offers, clear ways for people to reach out to you. Onboarding, you're just winging it every time someone sends you a DM. Empire energy. When I say empire, again, something built on systems. It has a whole different vibe to it. There are clear paths to purchase. You have boundaries. You have automated systems. And you have sacred structure. Now, is everything automated? No, because we need humanness in our business. That's why we build sacred businesses. But those systems are there and they are supportive so that we are always operating in our genius with our gifts. That is the difference between hobby hustle mode and aligned sacred empire systems. Can you feel that energy difference? Let me know in the comments below. If you're still a little confused, ask yourself, would you pay you for the experience that you give your clients? Would you trust you? Would you trust your brand to hold the transformation that you're offering your clients? I hope the answer is yes. But if it's no, that's okay, because you know that you need to make some changes. So that answer can be a resounding full body yes. And you'll find when you're able to answer with that full body yes, that you've built an empire that has nothing to do with hustle, that has everything to do with systems that are sustainable. They're sustainable for you financially and energetically. So, what are some of these ways we can move from this hobby phase to an empire phase, from hustle to sustainability? I've got a few. In fact, by few, I mean I've got 3 ways that you can start now to make that transition. The first way you can make that transition is to review your offers. And boy, I can't stress this enough. Every time I review my offers, especially as I evolve, I realize, oh, yeah, my offer can be tweaked a little bit more to help a little bit better. When you review your offers, look and see, do your offers reflect the depth of your gifts and the transformation that you're offering? And if there's confusion about that, make changes. If you need to, go out and talk to some of your past clients or people you would love to have as your clients to make sure your offers are truly aligned. Aligned offers get purchased. The second thing you need to do to move from hobby to empire is to audit your systems. Now, again, I might be a little biased here. I'm the founder of Divine Systems AI, and it's a business platform that's built for people like us so that all the systems are in one place. But even if you're not using Divine Systems AI, you still need to audit What's going on? What are you using? Does it all easily talk to each other? Especially if you're not using a platform like mine. I'm talking about, how do people book time to speak with you? How do you take payments? Where's your website? If you have courses, how are people getting into your membership sites? Do you have communities? Where are those? And there's so many other systems, from email to automations to when people DM you, do they automatically get a message back? So many more things here. I don't want to go into all of them. So whether it's payment, contracts, any of these, all these different things that make a business, especially the things that make it an online business, audit those. Look and see if it is easy for you or if these are choke points in your business. They are bottlenecks that bog you down. Because if they are, shows you where you need to make some changes so that those systems that run your business are supportive of you and they are sustainable. The third one is to listen to your energy. Your energy can tell you so much about, not only are you using your gifts in a way that is supportive to you and to others, but if all the things that you're using to build your business is also supportive. And your energy needs something that is feeding it. One of those things is space. So, do you have spaciousness in your day so that your energy and your beingness are being fed and nourished and cared for? If not, you need to review that, because structure creates space. You know, there's this thing I always teach my clients, and you've probably heard it before. Think of you and your business as a river. And a river flows through a valley. It has river banks, right? Those river banks give the river structure. The river is your free flow of creativity and the gift that you're bringing into the world. But without the riverbanks, without the structure, you're just scattering everywhere and you're no longer a river. Creativity doesn't flow. So I know many of the women I've worked with are so afraid of structure. But know that structure is super important. It allows for your gift to flow freely. It allows for you to be nourished. It protects your time. It provides you with boundaries and all of those things you need so you don't get caught up in the hustle. And this fourth one is super important, because otherwise, overwhelm can easily set in. We have covered so much in this video and in the previous videos. So that's why, again, this fourth one's really important. So when you're trying to move from hobby hustle energy into empire system energy, number 4 is to strengthen one area at a time. One area at a time. This allows you to not get into overwhelm, trying to fix everything at once. You end up starting more fires than putting them out, right? It's like playing whack-a-mole, but you're using your head to whack the moles. Like, that is something you don't want to do. So, one at a time, one area, get that straightened out, take a beat, see how that's setting in your energetic system, how it's working in your empire system. Then move on to the next thing that you know you want to focus on. So if you decide, I really want to focus on how I welcome people into my world, right? then focus on that. Don't decide, I'm going to focus on how I welcome them into my world and my automation system and my email and my payments and my onboarding once they become clients. And just, whew, just focus on how you welcome them into the world. Make some changes there. Then move on to the next thing and the next thing. Remember, take a beat between each one. See how it's feeling for you energetically, how your entire ecosystem that you have developed is working with it as well. Slow and steady wins the race. You don't have to do it all at once, especially when you're course correcting. I said earlier that I'm not saying to go out and hire a bunch of people when you're building your empire. But the reality is, no one builds an empire solo. It's really interesting. The other day, I was in a course that was talking about AI and how they were looking at the first $1 billion business being built solo with AI agents. And while I'm sure that's really interesting, especially for tech bros, that they would have to hire no one and have $1 billion business, we're not here to do that, are we? We're here to create community, to create sustainable systems, and to lift up everyone around us, not ice them out in the cold. So, yes, you need help, you need support, especially because what? We're not here to hustle and burn ourselves out. So, definitely look for how you can get that support, whether it's working with contractors versus hiring people. Contractors, you still are hiring them and you're using their expertise to help you move further faster. And by paying them, you're helping them move further faster. You might need mentorship. Hello, I'm a pretty good mentor. You might need courses. Whatever those needs are, go out there and get those needs met. One of the bigger ones I found that's been super helpful is having a biz bestie. Oh my gosh, invaluable. And now I have my little circle of biz besties, and they help me get through the best and the worst of times, right? We use our collective knowledge. So I've been so honored to have employees, to work with contractors, to have a circle of biz besties, to have coaches and mentors. It takes an entire village for our businesses to become empires. I want you to start thinking about your business and thinking about it as ritual, rhythm, and flow. These are the ways that we build empires that are sacred, that are aligned, that are divine. We are done with just vibes and winging it and burning ourselves out. Every single empire, from governments, businesses, to movements, all started with a bold move. What's yours? I would love to read about it in the comments below. And when you're down there in those comments, make sure that you have clicked on and downloaded Claim Your Cash Crown. It's going to help you as you move through. So even if you already have a business, if you're wanting to move it from hobby to empire, the resources I pulled together in Claim Your Cash Crown will help you do that. Baby, you're not here to build a hobby. You're here to birth an empire. Yeah, I said it. And you deserve systems and support and sacred structure that honors your gifts and holds your clients beautifully. Your purpose is too big to stay small. Your magic is too sacred to be scattered. So let's build something worthy of your power. Like this video if you're ready to step into the empire model of sacred aligned systems. And then comment below with your vision. I am hyping you up all the way. Make sure you've subscribed and ring the bell for all the notifications because next time we're talking about scaling with systems. Oh, yeah, we're going to take it up a notch. Until then, peace, joy, love to you.